What happened to figuring it out? What happened to making mistakes? What happened to identifying your shortcomings and then correcting them and sharpening your strengths and finding your weaknesses and making them your strengths? It seems that nowadays, wherever you look, whether it's Instagram or YouTube or TikTok or just online in general, people are so brutal and unforgiving when it comes to critiquing other people. I was watching a clip of Ed Sheeran singing when he was way younger, and his voice was terrible.
I'm going to play you a song.
Okay.
So this is my thing. When people go, oh, you're so talented. You were born with natural talent. And I'm like, no. You have to really learn and really practice. This is me playing guitar and singing. I'm going to put it into my mic like this.
I'm addicted
Oh.
to
And then.
but I'm
And now he has billions and billions of views and hits, and every song he's on garners great attention. And he would have never gotten there if he never started where he was. And the thing is, a lot of us are denying ourselves of being as great or as renowned as that, or just good at something as Ed Sheeran is good at singing and making music, simply because we don't think about the art of figuring it out. Let me give you an example. I don't really do squats a lot. I'm trying to get into it, right? And I don't, squat a lot of weight. But for the sake of this video, I'm going to attempt a PR, which is going to be 3 plates on each side, well, 3 25-pound plates on each side. But yeah, I just want to show you what figuring it out looks like. And if I don't figure it out, I risk looking stupid to prove my point. And if I can prove my point, that's a W. All right, so now that my assistants, thank you, have helped me figure this out, I'm going to attempt my PR. I don't even know how much this is, but I don't care. I just want to prove a point. So let's see how I do. I might be giving you live commentary throughout the process. How heavy is this gonna be? I don't even. Oh, Jesus. Okay. Gotta be balanced, brother. Okay. I hope I don't break my back. I sincerely hope I don't break my back. I can't laugh. I might die. Okay, hold on. Getting that depth. Yeah. From the depths of my heart. Hold on. This is how much I love you guys. Can we go for 6? Okay, hold on. That's 4. And you're gonna figure out the next 2. Figure it out. If I feel like I can't go after the 5th one, I might just stop. But I'm gonna figure out. One more. 100.
53. What are those called? Oh.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's how you figure it out. All right, so let's do a little review, right? I just attempted to do 3 25-pound plates on each side. I don't know how much that is. It doesn't matter. And some of you out there, maybe you know the perfect form to do the squat. I don't know it. But here's the thing. I still tried and I figured it out. If you don't try, you won't figure it out. If you don't climb those steps, you won't get to the top of the staircase. If you don't try to go from point A to point B, you won't be able to get to point B. But to get to point B, you have to go past the obstacles that are in your way. It could be something as simple as a thumbtack. It could be something as simple as a branch or just anything in your path. But if you don't actually move forward through the tall grass, you won't see what's in your path. You see these steps behind me? Let's say I have to climb from the first step to the final step up top, right? But for some reason, there's something stopping me. And it's the fact that I can't just jump from the first step to the last step, or even skip the first step entirely and get to the final step. You see how silly that sounds? I think that's what we do sometimes through our actions. We give up on even trying to achieve something simply because we don't know what the first step looks like, or the second step look like, or the 3rd or 4th or 5th. The thing is, you don't have to know exactly what it looks like. In YouTube, right, I haven't figured out exactly my format or exactly how I want to do the things that I want to do in my mind. But with each video, I figure something out. I figure out a piece of the puzzle that contributes to the final puzzle in general. And I see the bigger picture. I'm like, oh, wow, I didn't know that piece was going to fit here. That piece was going to fit here. But I took a puzzle that didn't really make sense. The pieces were all around. And I said, okay, I'm going to put you here for when I need you later. and then I fixed the puzzles bit by bit, and eventually I was able to finish the puzzle in general. Now, in the metaphor of life, can you really finish a puzzle? Not really, but you can have a pretty darn good idea of what the final picture would look like once you take those first steps and find those first puzzle pieces. And sometimes you get so experienced, right? With that, you can, skip a bunch of steps sometimes, or you can go an entirely different route, and you can go like this. You can just decide, okay, I'm just gonna, use the railing as a guard and just, come up here. But, you have to get some experience in order to actually figure out how to do all those things. So when it comes to figuring things out, we can't really underestimate any steps. You can't skip steps 1, 2, 3, 4 and think you'll thrive at level 5. Ooh, boss, hold on. No, but in all seriousness, figuring stuff out is like walking through a fog. Everything seems hazy, everything seems unclear, but you can only see through the fog unless you keep moving forward. The fog doesn't just disappear, but you can see deeper into the fog by just walking deeper into it. Look, figuring it out doesn't look pretty. When I look at myself in the mirror and see how far I've come in terms of my physique, I used to be 270 pounds. I was fat. I had literal boobs as a man. I had breasts, okay? And I used to look at myself and just be insecure and sort of not hate myself, but I knew I wasn't as adequate as I wanted to be. And I put my whole identity in my physicality. And when I wanted to change that, it was very difficult. It wasn't easy. I almost gave up in the beginning, but I decided, you know what? I'm just gonna start. I'm gonna make the decision I wanna make as simple as possible. I don't know which path to take, which diet to follow. I don't know what the best exercise is, but I know that I want to lose weight, and I know at least somewhere I can start. Even if it's wrong, I figure out that it's wrong by doing it, and I will still probably get some benefit out of it. And the thing is, we stop ourselves from creating a beautiful piece of art simply because we haven't figured it out. But the thing is, nobody has figured it out. You think everyone has figured it out, but they haven't. If you think that someone you're looking at has everything figured out, even though you're wrong, how do you think they figured everything out? They started somewhere. If they didn't start somewhere, they wouldn't be where they are right now with you admiring them for starting. If you're watching this and you think I have everything figured out, you couldn't be more wrong. I am so clueless when it comes to a lot of things, but with every video, with every attempt and every failure, I learned something. And we know the quote that failure is not a life sentence, it's a life lesson. And every time you mess up, or every time you do something that doesn't hit the results that you expected to hit, you still learn something from it. You still figure stuff out as you go, even if it's not the best quality or the quality that you're used to putting out. You have to figure out the basics, the foundation, before you start to advance in any discipline you want to advance in. I call it an art for a reason, because at first it doesn't make sense. It seems silly. It's like, why are you drawing all these lines? But as you finish drawing the lines and you start to paint the picture in, you start to see the beauty of what you've made. And just like all art, it's subjective on how it could look or how it's done. You have people with different styles, like some are very hyper realistic, some are very abstract, like Pablo Picasso's Cubism stuff, right? Van Gogh's Starry Nights, like all of them. And here's the thing, all of them had hundreds and hundreds, if not thousands of paintings before they made whatever they made. And some of them didn't even see the fruits of their labor until they died. That's heartbreaking, right? And I'm not saying, I hope that doesn't happen to you, obviously, but here's the thing is, we're waiting for something perfect. We're waiting for a sign to just figure something out. But the thing is, we already have what we need. And if we just are brave enough to actually have faith in ourselves and faith that God has provided us with all that we need and the people that we need and the tools that we need, maybe we can actually make strides and leaps and bounds in the domain that we want to make progress in. Don't forget, there's an art to figuring it out. And if you don't know something, figure it out. You might start off at a different spot than everyone else, but you'll start nonetheless, and you will figure it out. Thank you for watching. As always, Godspeed.